India is old enough to have invented the number zero and new enough to have landed a spacecraft where no country on Earth had ever been. This is a place where a single festival draws a bigger crowd than most countries have people, where the rainiest town in the world just keeps pouring, and where for almost 2,000 years, every single diamond on the planet came from one region of India. Stay till the end, because that diamond fact genuinely sounds made up. The kind of facts that make you rethink a country of over 1 billion people. Here are 18 amazing, fully verified facts about India. Quick promise before we start. Every fact here is checked against solid sources. We're counting upward and we're saving the most jaw-dropping one for the very end. No myths, no exaggeration, just the real astonishing India. Let's dive in. Fact 1. The number 0, the way we use it today, was shaped in India. Back in the year 628, the mathematician Brahmagupta wrote down the first known rules for treating 0 as a real number. Not just a blank space, but something you can add, subtract, and calculate with. That one idea became the foundation of all modern mathematics and every computer on Earth. Think about that. A piece of Indian mathematics is quietly running in the very device you're watching this on. Facts 2 and 3. 2 games the entire world plays were born in India. Chess grew out of an ancient Indian game called chaturanga, meaning the 4 divisions of the army, played back in the 6th century. And snakes and ladders began as moksha patam, a game built to teach children about right and wrong. The ladders were good deeds lifting you up. The snakes were vices dragging you down. Both games spread out from India across Persia and Europe, changing shape along the way, until they became the versions on your shelf and your phone today. Fact 4. Plastic surgery is far older than you'd guess, and it started in India. Around 2,500 years ago, a physician named Sushruta described rebuilding a nose using a flap of skin from the forehead, a technique so clever that surgeons still refer to it today. His writings are considered the oldest surgical text in the world. Fact 5. The word shampoo is Indian. It comes from the Hindi word champo, which means to press or massage the head. The practice and the word traveled to Britain in the 1700s, and over time it stopped meaning the head massage and started meaning the bottle in your shower. Fact 6. The wettest inhabited place on the entire planet is in India. Masanram, a town tucked in the hills of Meghalaya, receives around 11,800 millimeters of rain every year, roughly 40 feet of water. It rains so much that locals have used woven grass shields as full-body umbrellas. Fact 7. In that same soaking corner of India, people don't build bridges, they grow them. For centuries, the Khasi community has trained the living roots of rubber fig trees to stretch across rivers. These root bridges actually get stronger every year, repair themselves, and can survive for generations. Some are well over 100 years old. Fact 8. India has the second longest wall on the planet. The wall wrapped around Kumbhalgarh Fort in Rajasthan runs for about 36 kilometers, beaten only by the Great Wall of China. It's so massive that people call it the Great Wall of India. Inside those walls sits an entire hilltop fortress, dotted with hundreds of ancient temples. Fact 9. One of the oldest continuously lived in cities on Earth is here. Varanasi, also known as Kashi, sits on the banks of the river Ganges and has been inhabited for over 3,000 years, a city that was already ancient when some of history's most famous empires were only just beginning. Fact 10. The highest road you can actually drive on in the world is in India. High up in Ladakh, the road crossing Umling Law climbs to nearly 5,800 meters. That's higher than Everest Base Camp, with only half the oxygen you'd get at sea level. India has since built one even higher close by. Fact 11. India runs the largest postal network on Earth, with more than 160,000 post offices. Most of them are in rural areas, reaching remote villages that have almost nothing else connecting them to the wider world. That is more post offices than any other country on Earth has ever operated. Fact 12, and here comes a giant number. India is the world's largest producer of milk, churning out roughly a quarter of all the milk on the planet. More than 230 million tons every single year. No other country even comes close. Much of it comes from India's enormous buffalo herds, and the country produces so much that the average person there gets more milk per day than the global average. Fact 13, India is the largest democracy in the world. In its most recent general election, nearly 970 million people were eligible to vote. That is more than the entire population of Europe, casting their ballots across roughly 1 million polling stations. Fact 14. The tallest statue in the world stands in India. The Statue of Unity in Gujarat rises 182 meters tall, almost twice the height of the Statue of Liberty from base to torch, and it can be seen from kilometers away. It took thousands of workers and years of engineering to raise it beside the Narmada River. Fact 15. India hosts the single largest human gathering on Earth. At the Kumbh Mela in 2025, an estimated 600 million people came together to bathe in the sacred rivers, a crowd so vast it was actually photographed from space by satellites and astronauts on the space station. Fact 16. India reached Mars on its very first attempt, the only country in history ever to do it. In 2014, the Mangalyaan orbiter slipped neatly into orbit around the red planet, and it managed all of this for about $74 million, famously less than the budget of some Hollywood space films. It made India the first nation in Asia to reach Mars, and the first anywhere to succeed on a maiden mission. Fact 17. In 2023, India pulled off something no country had ever done, a soft landing near the moon's south pole. The Chandrayaan-3 mission set down safely in the unexplored region, an area scientists believe hides frozen water, making India just the fourth nation ever to land on the moon at all. And fact 18, the one I promised sounds impossible, for nearly 2,000 years, India was the only place on Earth that produced diamonds. Every legendary diamond of the ancient world, including the famous Koh-i-Noor, came from the mines around Golconda in southern India. It stayed the world's only source of diamonds until they were finally found in Brazil in the 1700s. Kings, emperors, and crowns across the world were showing off gems that had all been dug from Indian soil. So for almost all of human history, if you held a diamond, it came from India. And one bonus fact to send you off smiling. India is home to the world's only floating post office, a wooden houseboat drifting on Dal Lake in Srinagar, stamping postcards with its own special seal. From zero to the moon, from ancient surgery to the tallest statue on earth, India is a country of astonishing firsts. If even one of these surprised you, hit subscribe for more amazing facts and tell us in the comments which one you're going to share today.